Welcome back to another episode of the Hank Perrin Podcast. I'm your host, Concluded, and today we're going to talk about something that happened to me back in July or August. Not August, July. When I was still employed as a janitor for this office building. So, next to this office is actually where I would get on and off the bus. So, you would get off, you would walk down a little sidewalk area that's connected to some woods, and then you would be at the building. But one day I go into work and there's a weird, creepy, gross orange tent in the wooded area, which is not a good sign because you don't, like, obviously some weird hobo lives in there and I don't want to deal with that. I just want to live my life in peace. So I go do my job, hour, 2 hours go by, I come out, and then there's this lady walking up and she's covered in tattoos, she's in an orange tank top and like khakis. And she's got no shoes on, which is good, because instantly I'm like, that's the bitch with the tent. Homeless people don't have shoes, they can't afford them. And then she's talking and making eye contact with me, but I can't hear her because I have headphones in. So I take them out, and like we stop, and I'm like, sorry, I didn't hear you, because I had headphones in. And she's like, what? And I'm like, what? And she's like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm some guy. Because I didn't want to tell her, oh, I work right over there, crazy homeless person. Please feel free to follow me and fucking take out all my organs. And then she basically asks if I have any food, and then before I can even interject with like, no, I don't have any fucking food, she goes, not because you're a big guy though, ha 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 ha, which is a nightmare scenario thing to hear for any fat guy. Like, I know, you know, we're all in the know that I'm a big guy, but you don't have to say it. We could have just moved on. So I tell her, no, I don't have any food, and I fucked that part of the story up. Whatever. I go, all I have left is a little bit of water in a Nestle water bottle. And she cracks up. She's like, she laughs for like a minute straight. And she's like, me too, me too. And then she points at her weird water jug. And she goes, I actually used to do the same thing as you. And I go, what do you mean? And she's like, no, I can tell. You're going for walks, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I can tell you're trying to lose weight. And I go, okay, because I wasn't. I was just leaving work. And she goes, yeah, you want to know how I can tell you're trying to lose weight? And I go, how? And she's like, because well, actually, I can read your thoughts. And then I'm just nodding like, okay, yeah. And if she could read my thoughts, she would know that my next thought was, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, yeah, I used to be a big girl too, but I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I would just fill a thing full of water and I would walk for hours. I'm Lucinda, by the way. And then she like reaches out her hand and like, for a handshake, and I'm like, okay. So I go to shake her hand instantly, and then she pulls back and she's like, and I look confused because I'm like, you wanted to shake my hand. You started this. You initiated the fucking thing. And she's like, oh yeah, well, actually, I'm not. I've been not trying to shake hands because the devil's in me. And I go, okay. And she goes, and we don't want to let him out. Ha ha ha. Right. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, well, it was nice to meet you, but I want to let you know that I know you see the beauty in me like I see the beauty in you. And I'm like, at this point, I'm not saying anything. I'm at a complete fucking loss. I'm just like, because, like, she delivered the gut punch of the devil is in me, which you don't want to hear. Because already talking to a homeless person sucks. Like, you don't want to do it. But then she's like, she basically said, she looked me in the eye and went, I'm crazy. And now my cat is meowing. Really cool, fun part of the video where I let my cat in. But she's basically admitting, I'm insane, and you're not safe anymore. And then, she's like, I know you see the beauty in me like I see it in you. And I'm just like, oh my god, I hate this. I need to leave. And then she goes, anyway, I'll let you go away now. And I'm like, okay. And then she like goes, you have the most beautiful eyes. And I'm already walking away, going to my bus. And I was like, cool, that fucking sucked dick. I get on my bus, and you would hope she just left and went to her tent and froze to death in the night. But instead, it's a transfer point, so the buses don't leave instantly. So I'm sitting waiting for my bus to leave, and then I see her fucking walk out from the sidewalk, and she like is walking and like looking, and I'm like, oh fuck, and then I look out the window, and I can see her. Based on what I can kind of hear, it sounds like she's saying like, "Oh, have you seen this person? Have you seen this person?" And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what the fuck she's doing, but I don't want her to see me. And then, of course, at this point, she sees me, and she's going like, "Hey, hey, hey," and I'm just like, eyes out the window. My earbuds weren't back in at this point, so like, even it's kind of, if she wasn't crazy, she would know I could hear her. But then I'm like, at transfer points, the bus drivers also just fuck off. It's next to a Tim Hortons, so they just leave to go get coffee, and I'm like, oh my god, she could just get on the bus and like torment me, and I don't know what I would do then. Like, I guess if she got on the bus, I would just have to bite down on my tongue and kill myself. But I mean, the devil's in her, so she would just use her devil magic and bring me back. There's no winning. But luckily for me, that didn't happen. She didn't get on the bus. She just fucked off towards Tim Hortons, and I didn't see her again. And then, the bus comes and we leave. I'm safe, home base. But then, in my infinite wisdom, like, she's right next to where I go to work. So I make the executive decision of, instead of chancing, meeting the love of my life, Lucinda, again, instead of going through the sidewalk area, I go all the way around to like a separate light area and then walk through where cars are supposed to drive. Like, there's not even a sidewalk for me anymore. It's just the car driving part. I can't talk anymore. Holy shit. But I think I did it for about a week. I knew I was losing my job at this point, so I was kind of like, this fucking makes it even better. And then a week went by, and I was like, all right, this is like, I'm just going to go through to see if her tent is still there. I go through, it's gone. I don't know what happened. If, she decided to move, the police came, she's dead. She went back to hell to service her demon minions. I don't know. But I never had to see her again. I mean, maybe I will, because we're connected, right? She can see the beauty in me like no one else can. But for now, I'm fine. Alright, I'm shitty at ending videos, because the story's over. And I'm just petting my cat off camera. Bye.